Sip Karan, Sip Chotwani on the move, Sip Sukeshni, Sip Girish, Sip Lakshmi, Sip Dasi, Sip Sarala, Sip Yogini, Sip Hitkari, Sip Premchandji, Sip Ahem Sip, Sip Anand ki coach, Sip Raju, Sip Samatma, Sip Bliss, Sip Sanjay, Sip Vanita, Sip Chidanand, Sip Anil. And we are waiting for the people who are, let all in. Okay, many people who are still joining the call. I think it was Dr. Kishan who asked for this discussion, but let him come. I don't know if he's on the call or not. But yesterday he told me, and we had this discussion, what should we teach people? Huh? Everybody is curious. Everybody is curious कि हम लोगों को क्या बोले? How to लोगों को क्या बोले? For example, should we tell people to eat sattvic food? Should we tell people to do some mantra jap? Should we tell people to go on talash? People are confused as to, and this is what Krishan brought up the point yesterday, and he said, what should I tell somebody? He started saying, when you go to some ashram, in the ashram they talk about having sattvic food. No. So we said, today we are going to have a role play. And Shair is starting this role play. When you want to ask somebody, tell somebody something about spirituality, it's a very different, today's session is a different session. So please be, and it will help you in talking to people. So you want to tell somebody to start spirituality, or you want to start a spiritual discussion, or an enlightenment discussion, or this Zoom call, somebody asks you, what Krishna, what you are doing 45 minutes on Zoom call every day. So what to tell them? So you tell them, we are here to find out the answer to who am I. This is what Ramana Maharishi said, Nan Yar. Nan Yar means Koham. This is what Adi Shankara said, Koham. So let us start. Let us see where this discussion takes us. So Shair, you are starting, and your subject is how to talk to people on the subject. And I said, ask them the question, who am I? So Shair, what is the role play you are going to play today? Shair.
Pranam sir, Shivam. What I personally feel is, first of all, we should understand who am I. So means I am not what others think what I am. I am also not what I think others think about me. So what I am is, first I should be clear. That means what is my purpose, what is my understanding of this. Then when we want to tell to others about what exactly we are learning from this session, or what is my spiritual journey, it should be visible in my swabhava, my words I speak, the things I do, the also means the way I behave, my humility. So it is maybe a non-verbal communication and the communication, the knowledge that I am gathering. If it is shown in implementation, then people would try to understand what we are talking about. So ultimately, what we have to feel that we have to convey is the path that I am going is the peaceful path, is the happy path. If you feel that you can also be happy in this path, so follow and try for yourself. That's what I feel.
But okay, so therefore, what is your feeling about this discussion? Have you ever had a discussion with anybody on the subject, who am I? Today is conversation is not me to you. Today, for the first time, we are having a meeting between you and maybe your wife, maybe your sister, maybe your brother, maybe your father, maybe your mother, maybe your neighbor, maybe your colleague. Have you had such a discussion, Shayad?
Yeah. I had many times I have discussions. So first of all means majorly my first intention would be to know that how depth he knows and how open he is to take my learnings. So
Are people
what basically
curious? Are people curious to know about what you're learning and what's the Zoom call? Are people curious, or they don't care?
60% are curious. When I put in my status, many people ask what is happening. Send me the link also. Or when I read a book, when I post something, there are many people who are ready for the change.
Okay. So as I told you, this was requested by Dr. Krishan. Dr. Krishan has come. Administrator tells me Dr. Krishan has come. And Dr. Krishan, आप हैं, आपने कल बोला था कि हम लोगों से क्या बताएं, क्या बोलें. And we said we will have a discussion. कि आपने कुछ बात की थी सात्विक, हम कुछ सात्विक खाना भोजन के लिए कुछ religious में. So I am requesting Dr. Krishan to take forward this discussion, because today, for the first time, today I am not giving you any gyan, but I am asking you what you are talking to people to make your life more interesting and to make the subject more interesting for you. So Dr. Krishan, over to you.
So my point was that everyone want to structure everything. We are on the path of spirituality, and it's a process. It's a science. We know uh, from A to Z. There's a process we have to follow. Like if I'm Hindu, I know that these are the ritual. As a Hindu, I have to adopt in my life. If you are Muslim, you are know that Nawaz is the part of your life, and these if you are Christian, there is structure. So
Correct.
I need that people come on this call, join them, adopt any topic they
Very
are
good.
not able to
So,
implement in their life, because we are not structuring this spiritual life.
okay, Krishan, we आपके बगैर एक कॉल आज का मजा नहीं आता. आपके आने के बाद ही अभी मजा आना शुरू हो जाएगा. So Dr. Krishan says, if you are a Christian, what is the principal thing? If you are Christian, means Sunday you must go to church. मानते हैं कि Dr. Krishan मानते नहीं मानते?
Yes.
If you don't go to church on Sunday, means you are not Christian. People say you don't go to church every Sunday, you don't go to church. How can you be Christian? And I don't want to speak much about any religion is yet offended, but since Dr. Krishan said namaz, he says that in Islam, if you are a member of Islam, then 5 times a day you must do namaz. Now, Dr. Krishan wants A to Z on the AiR philosophy or on the Zoom, what we are following. And I said, we don't need A to Z. Dr. Krishan, we must tell people only one thing. Understand who am I?
सर यू गिव एग्जाम्पल कि 10 अंधे थे, उन्होंने हाथी को लिया. एक ने बोला हाथी जो लंबा है, एक ने बोला हाथी जो बिल्कुल हाथ की तरह पतला है, एक ने बोला हाथी जो सूंड की तरह वो गोल गोल है, मुलायम है, एक ने हार्ड बोला.
आप मानते वो सब अंधे थे ना?
मैं मानता हूं, बट मैं ये भी मानता हूं, बट हाथी को डिफाइन कौन कर सकता है? हाथी को डिफाइन कर सकता है एक आंखों वाला बंदा जिसके पास में आंखें हैं, और वो अंधों को बोलता है कि लड़ो मत, जो आप कह रहे हो वो ठीक है. कोई लंबा कह रहा है वो भी ठीक है, कोई पुतला कह रहा है वो भी ठीक है, बट एक्सप्लेन कौन कर सकता है जिसकी 2 आंखें और जो उसको देख रहा है?
तो आपके आंखें हैं, and you have to explain, and you and Bliss and Sukeshini and Sarla and Hitkari and Premchandji and Samatma and I have all of you who are on the call whom I can see, you should be able to explain this, and that is the discussion today. Today I am asking you, Dr. Krishan, when you go and ask your friend who am I, what he will say?
If I'm asking anyone who are you, he tell I'm Mr. That. I am a graduate. I belong to that religion or that caste. I had this property. He adopt everything with I. But I personally, what I believe that I is just a thought. And unfortunately, due to ignorance, we attach everything with that I. If we able to dissolve that I from inside me, if I searching inside me, go deeply inside me, then I found that I is not exist. I is just mind.
Absolutely. This is all that you need to do. आपने मुझे कल बोला कि what you said just now, Christian must go to church, Muslim must do namaz. हमारे बंदे को क्या करना है? Only one point, Krishan. Only
be in
one.
Consciousness.
For only one point, to find out who am I.
Neti neti tatomasi.
Neti Neti said, see, that is the answer to the question. Who am I? But you know, I'm asking you a question. How many of you have been able to explain this to anybody? Who am I? Impossible. It is so difficult to make somebody understand who am I unless they come to this call. If they've come to this call, then maybe Samatma got Tina, Samatma got Mrs. Gandhi. Then they can start understanding who am I, because they are coming every day on the subject. But otherwise, is it easy to make somebody understand, Krishan, who am I?
No, it's very difficult because he have a wrong information for I from last 20 years, 30 years, and within minute or within 10 hours, I cannot dissolve his memory, his belief system.
But I'm saying this is exactly what we say. If you want to be Christian, go to church. If you want to be spiritual, if you want spirituality, only everybody you should talk to only who am I? कौन मैं हूं मैं कौन हूं You are Rajesh? Nah, Rajesh is your name. You're Hindu? Nah, Hindu is just your religion. You're Indian? Nah, India is just your nationality. Who are you? And Krishan, I have taught you the way to make people understand is just to concentrate on birth and death. Only 2 points. At birth, who are you? At death, who are you? These are the 2 points we have to make people understand. And that's why today I want to, you have to question me, you have to challenge me, all of you, including Dr. Krishan. Okay, how will you have a discussion with people? Who am I? And why it is so important for you? Because this discussion you have with people will help in your enlightenment. It will help in your awakening. आप खुद जाग जाएंगे जब आप लोगों से बात करेंगे who am I, 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 आपके अंदर एक जागृत हो जाएगी. You will get अनुभूति. Dr. Krishan, please think about it and come back to me after Bliss. Yes, Bliss, what is your question? But everybody who wants to talk to people, wants to evolve, must question me on this today. How are you able to have this discussion with others? Have you had discussion? What is the reply you got? Do people tell you, shut up? You shut up. I'm not interested in your show. Am I? Shut up. I'm not interested. What are people telling you? Are people interested? Are people not interested? Do they understand? Do they not understand? Then I can help you. Today's session is to help you have discussion with people on the subject, who am I? Bliss.
Hi, Shwam here, Shwam everyone.
Yes.
For me, it's very difficult to talk about this because sometimes many people don't want to understand what I try to explain. But many persons also like it so much and want to listen me very a long time because they find what I say, what I show them is very specific of what they believe also because they also ask some question and they don't understand why they are here. So when I talk about it, I think I gave them a piece, a little road to understand better why they are here.
But you must go further. For example, somebody tells you, I am suffering. You understand? I am suffering, right?
Yes.
So you ask the question, who is suffering? Then they say, I am suffering. You say, who is that I who is suffering? Who is suffering, Bliss? Who is the I who is suffering? Tell me. You know?
It's
Who's
only
suffering?
mind and ego they're suffering.
And body. Body,
My
mind,
body
and
also.
ego. So when you
Yeah.
get why I'm teaching you today this, I want you to become a master. I want you to become an expert. I want you to talk to people, not only for their good, but also for your good, because you will become better in the subject. You will learn the subject. You can explain the subject. So please learn today only one question around the subject, who am I? Who is suffering? Am I the body? Am I the mind? Am I the ego? I am. I hear, hello. I am here. Hello. Who am
Yeah.
I? So this is the question you have to ask. And how are you going to get to the answer? How are you going to explain to people? This is the challenge. And
Yes.
I hope today will be a turning point in your life. From today, I hope you will turn and you will, because Dr. Krishan gave us this challenge yesterday. How are you going to explain to people and how are you going to move forward on this question, who am I? So continue, please think and come back. So Keshini.
Yes.
Yes, Sukeshini.
Evening, sir.
Good evening.
So, like how Sip Shire had just said, that we have to understand the people's mentality also. Some of them are there who like this subject, they where we can start with some conversation. But some people do not like the subject. So, like when I had started, it also depends on our way of handling things, our behavior. So, many of my friends do ask, how do you handle this and all. So that time, whatever is my say experience or realization, I do talk to them. But I feel directly we cannot go on to who am I feel whatever small like monkey mind, or from there I have started conversation, and that is how I could share your links. And some of them are attending your call on Instagram and all. They are not comfortable directly coming on the video. So one more thing I saw, they have attended the calls 2 3 times. I told them, don't switch on the video, you can just listen for a few days. So that,
Absolutely.
yeah, that is how few of them had come, and now they were again busy with their personal things. So I feel slowly, yes, uh, they are understanding. But my only this is like, how can I go directly on who am I?
So, Sukeshni, first of all, we don't insist on anybody to come on video. And even
Yes,
if somebody wants to ask a question on audio, we are even ready to even answer question
correct,
on audio. Okay. Point number one. So they don't have to show who they are.
correct,
Point number two, next point. What Dr. Krishan brought about yesterday was very good.
correct,
See, this is about somebody asking you, what is your spirituality all about? What are you doing? What are you following? What are you reading? What are you watching? If you are sincerely on this path, then you're moving forward in the journey for enlightenment, for awakening, for eternal bliss. Now, how do you explain to them? If you only tell them monkey mind, okay, but that will not awaken them.
correct.
That will not change them. That will not transform them. And for you also, the subject of importance is this. Who am I? So I'm not saying don't speak about monkey mind. You can speak. But like Dr. Krishan said, if you're a Christian, then you go to church. If you're a Muslim, you do namaz 5 times. If you're spiritual, if you're spiritual, you answer the question, who am I?
One more thing.
Spirituality, yeah,
Yeah.
spirituality is just this. So you asked me one more question. What did you ask me in the end of it? You told me?
uh, like how can I say, means people said about suffering, about their a lot of thoughts coming into their mind, how to settle that. That is how, means depending on the situations, I have given them some ideas, and then I keep sharing whichever YouTube videos I have seen of yours
That's
earlier.
okay. But that will not help them
Yeah.
and it will not make you a master.
Hmm.
Today we are trying to achieve two objectives. One, how can you help somebody start a spiritual journey? And two, how can you become a master? Because you should be able to answer this question correctly. If you are weak, then you will learn. Sometimes you will get stuck. You will talk to somebody, you get stuck. You will not know how to answer. That's when you will come back to this call and you will ask me, somebody, I got stuck. For example, again, so, but you have to invite and then you have to call. So you have to be very careful how to answer. Because if you don't answer correctly, then they will get confused. How are you going to answer the question correctly? Who am I? Are you the body? The body will die. People say you passed away. Who passed away? When were you born? Every time I speak to a celebrity, I ask this question, when were you born? Anupam Kher said 7th of March, his birthday. I said, no, jhoot bol raha hai. I tell the celebrity, jhoot bol raha hai. You're telling lies. They say, no, no. Karan Johar said, no, no, I got passport, I got birth certificate. I said, throw in dustbin. Because you were born 9 months before. Who denies it? Can anybody deny? Nobody can deny it. So, Sukeshni, for you to become an expert, you should be able to talk on this subject to people. Two things will happen. One, you will be helping people start a spirituality life. And two, you will evolve on the journey. I hope you got today's discussion is a very different kind of Zoom call.
Yeah, one
And
thing
yeah.
I have understood is when we are, giving some kind of a knowledge of whatever we have, during that, there is lot of learning that I have seen. Because there is so many questions coming and all. Definitely, I'll make a note and then I can come and ask you also.
So please talk, be bold. From
Yes.
today, I'm asking all of you, be bold.
Sure.
You know, when let me tell you what. I go on, I very often I go on a plane, right?
Yeah.
When I go on a plane, what's the first thing I do when the aerostess comes? I tell her, who are you? She tells, I'm Sunita. Sir, I'm Sunita. I say, no, you're not Sunita. She says, yes, sir. I see, see my name. See, I'm Sunita, Sunita. I said, you are not Sunita. Your name is Sunita. She said, yes, sir, I am Sunita. I said, no, you are not Sunita. Your name is Sunita. That's what I'm saying, sir. I am Sunita. I said, no. When you were born, you were not Sunita. Your mother and father gave the name Sunita. Ah, like that. Ah. Then I asked the next person, what's your birthday? They say 15th of October. 15th October, you're lying. No, no. I'll show my Aadhaar card, 15th October. That is your arrival day, not your birthday. When were you born? When were you conceived? When were you in your mother's womb? So you have to get into this conversation. Thanks to Dr. Krishan. He has asked me how did today's topic came about? Dr. Krishan said, what to talk to people. How to talk to people, because tell me, he wanted A to Z. Tell me, सात्विक क्या खाना है, सात्विक क्या बोलना है, सात्विक क्या सोचना है. कुछ भी सात्विक खाना, सोचना, बोलना, कुछ भी नहीं. क्या करना है? Very simple. Only ask a person a question. कौन मैं हूँ? कौन मैं हूँ? कौन मैं हूँ? Only one question. Thank you, Dukeshji. Come back if there's something. Komal and Sanjay Bell. Komal and Sanjay.
Yes, Shivoham. Namaste, everybody. From my side, what I would like to say is, before telling people, we need to show by our own examples, by imbibing certain qualities which other people can clearly see, and then say, how do you live this type of life? So that instead of we approaching them, they approach us. They should be other way around. So when they will see with our example, how you can be in silence, how can you be in detachment, how can you are not affected by ups and downs in life. So if you can show by your example, they will ask you. Then you say, because I live a life of, because I know I am not this body, mind and ego, I am something else. So these things don't affect me.
That's fine.
Then
That
I can start.
You please live and do that. That's a different matter. But tomorrow you're sitting in the dentist place and you're waiting for the dentist, and 3 people are sitting there and they tell you, hi, I'm Sheila. You say, you're Sheila. No, you're not Sheila. No, I am Sheila. No, you're not Sheila. So,
like to
so
unknown people as such, I don't talk in this way,
okay,
but because as a parenting coach, I am teaching my parents all this.
So I'm saying, if you're teaching parents, I'm only telling you, you have an opportunity to help people start a spiritual journey.
Yeah, that I'm doing.
And if you have an opportunity, and by talking on this subject, who am I, you will spiritually become stronger and stronger. These are only my 2 points. It
gives me revision. It makes me revise my things.
Thank you, Sanjay Bell. Sanjay Rutanu Krishna. And Dr. Krishnan, I'm waiting for you whenever you're ready. Sanjay Rutanu Krishna.
शिवोम AiR and शिवोम everybody.
Sir.
इस शरीर का नाम संजय है, but I am Atma in Sanjay, like
Very
you
good.
are Atma in Ravi.
Very good.
Who am I? I am energy, like energy in a bulb light.
Yes.
My birthday is my arrival day. And who am I? I am Satchitit Anand,
Very good.
and I am Brahmasmi Shivoham,
Very
Neti
good.
Neti Tattva. I am Sip,
Very
Supreme
good.
Immortal Power. I am Soul. And you said the three things: body is a hardware, mind is a soft mind, and ego is a software, and soul is the energy of ours. And
And I am that soul. I am that
and
spark of
I'm
unique life.
and I'm that spark of the unique light. I'm not body. Body will die. I am Atma.
I am not the mind.
Satchitan.
I
I
am
am
not the mind.
Atma.
And I am not the
I am
mind because
not the mind because I am Atma.
mind I cannot find.
Mind I cannot find.
How can I be the mind which I cannot find?
I cannot find mind.
But I
Mind
am.
is a
पर मैं हूँ. पर मैं
पर
हूँ.
मैं
I am.
पर मैं हूँ.
So who am I? फिर तो कौन है? Who am I?
पर
I
मैं
am not the
आत्मा.
body. I am not the mind. I am not the ego. Ego says I. It's a lie. Who am I? I am not
आत्मा
body.
in
Ah,
आत्मा in संजय.
beautiful. Beautiful. आपने बोलते नहीं, आज पहली बार आपको बोल रहे, इतना सुंदर बोल रहे हैं आप. कभी कभी बोलते हैं आप.
Thank you. जी,
Very good.
thank you.
See how beautifully Sanjay has put the whole thing. How beautifully he has put up.
Thank you.
As say, everybody must become a master like this. Thanks to Dr. Krishan. Dr. Krishan said, give A to Z. कुछ अभी Dr. Krishan देखो, संजय ने पूरा बता दिया आपको A to Z. A to Z क्या है? Who I am, who am I? I am not body, body will die. I am not mind, mind I cannot find. The human computer, hardware, body is hardware, software. I am Atma, I am soul, I am spark of unique life. What am I? I am nothing. I am nothing. I am
I am
energy.
nothing.
I am energy. I am Brahmasmi. मैं कुछ भी नहीं हूं, मैं सब कुछ बन गया. So, but the whole crux of the matter is only one. कौन मैं हूं? I am not the body that will die. I am not the ego that says a lie. I am the soul. मैं आत्मा हूं, अमर आत्मा. I am the immortal soul. I never die. I will never die because I am not I. See what an interesting discussion it can become. What an amazing discussion, but you have to be a master. You know, this subject, Sanjay Bell, पता है ये तत्वमसि, I am not I, कितना पुराना है पता है आपको? कल मैंने बोला 1200
शंकराचार्य
1200
शंकराचार्य शंकराचार्य
नहीं, ये तो 4000 साल पहले उपनिषद वेदा में लिखा है. It's 4000 years old.
4000 years old.
But nobody understood for till Shankaracharya wrote about Advaita. Nobody understood Advaita. Okay, good, very, very well said, Sanjay Bell. Thank you. Rutanu, Krishna, and back to Dr. Krishan. Rutanu, Krishna, Dr. Krishan.
Shivoham Guruji.
Shivoham, bolo.
Guruji, one day I was having a discussion with my friend. So I was telling her that no, whatever we do in this lifetime affects our next lifetime also. Does not affect this lifetime only. She told, no, 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 no. Whatever happens, happens in this lifetime, and whatever we have to get, we get in this lifetime only. So I said, no, no, no. Then how the people are born blind? How a small child cannot survive 2 days, 3 days? How is that? So then she told that I don't know. When you know that is because of the past life karma. So this is how I tried to.
People who don't understand cannot accept it. You think today they show on television many children are dying in the hospital in Gaza. Small children. Do you know the reason? The reason can only be karma. There cannot be another reason. But people are not able to digest it because the mind twists. The mind will twist. No, how can it be karma? What child that child did? That's exactly what we are talking about. When you come to know I, mind, ego, karma, rebirth, soul, liberation, moksha, then only you are enlightened. Then only you are awakened. Then only you are liberated.
But Guruji, we can talk to somebody deep only when the person is little bit inclined towards spirituality.
My dear Rutanu, You are not listening to me. Now you listen to me. Ready to listen to me like this?
Yes.
Ready? Ready?
Ready.
I am not telling you to talk complicated things to people like what you spoke. I am asking you to ask people only one question. Who am I? Don't complicate. Please talk to people only on one question. Who am I? Let them complicate. You don't complicate. I'm guiding you from today. You start only one question. Who am I? I'm Radha Krishnan. Are you Radha Krishnan? Then you tease, are you Radha or Krishnan? No, no, I'm not Radha or Krishnan. I'm Radha Krishnan. Oh, are you Radha Krishnan? You mean your name? Ah, yes, yes, my name is Radha Krishnan. So when were you Radha Krishnan? When you were in your mother's stomach? No, 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 no. How can I be like that? Only when. Will anybody say I was Radha Krishnan in the stomach of my mother? Nobody. I told Anupam Kher. पता है आप बाहर आए आपको अनुपम बोला अगर आपका थोड़ा जीन्स अलग होता ना you would have become Anupama. You would not have been Anupam. You would have become Anupama. So you have to stick to one question when you're talking to strangers. That's why I told even, I think, was it Sukeshani or who was it? They said, no, we talk about the mind and the mind is a monkey. No, you can talk all those things. But in the journey of spirituality, one question, 3 words. Who am I? In Hindi, 2 words, 2 syllables. Ko hum. Ko hum. Try to get people started on the subject. Otherwise, it's very complicated. You think it's easy to believe. You tell people those children are dying in Gaza because of karma. They cannot believe. Nobody can understand. Nobody will believe. They will say all these people are chores, all these people, they are killing this, all emotional reactions. Nobody can understand what is the trauma, what is the drama. Nobody understands it is karma. Nobody can understand. You need anubhuti. Krishna. Yes. Thank you, Ruta. Krishna.
Shivam sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have talked to many people because fortunately my association is with people who are spiritually inclined, and for me this topic मुझे इतना अच्छा लग रहा है because one thing I was missing in Delhi was satsang. So you are giving us a tip to have satsang 24/7 to
Yes.
whoever we meet, and I have already gathered around 15 people, and I do a regular thing. And our subject, what I learned in Delhi, because it is a little more complicated. So I have done this. Last time I started with when was your birthday? People loved it. And then who am I? But I started with aapka questions like what is happiness, what is suffering, and I have my Christian friends also attend, and it goes so well with them. And another thing also, my guru there also told me this is the only way you can repay your guru, by sharing the knowledge to others. And she said, आप झूठ मूठ का बर्थडे पार्टी मनाओ, and birthday party के साथ साथ बोलना मैं एक भजन बोलूं, and then धीरे धीरे there should be an artistic way of and that I do it now on a very regular basis. Sometimes you can understand, there you can stop, and many times everyone gets interested because there is so much of suffering in the world. Their children are not nearby, so everybody wants something, but there were nobody to give in small simple doses. So I do it on a regular basis. And one more thing, sir, आपका books जब भी मैं खरीदती हूँ, it disappears in no time. And then I ask them to come to the call. That many of them are, not willing to. I don't know what is why.
What
and
is
one
the problem?
I always take it back. The realization of a yogi. Again, I tell them, please return it, because sometimes they just keep it. And one more thing I do. This is also my guru's advice. Keep some good books always in your drawing room. It may help someone to pick it up and read. That also I do.
So you all can take books from me. You can take as many books as you want and give people to read. We have no problem. Our mission is to help people realize the truth. And what Dr. Krishan brought about very beautifully yesterday, he said, give me a formula. Just say how to go to church, how to do namaz 5 times. No. So of course, when you go on this quest, then you will automatically go forward and forward. It is a self-discovery of a self-voyage. It is this voyage is a self-voyage. It is not that somebody has to write and give you like a religion. It is not a scripture. It's not a Bible. You don't have to follow Guru Granth Sahib. You don't have to follow, like, you have to go on your own. It's a self-discovery. कि मैं कौन हूँ? मैं यहाँ पे क्यों आया? Who am I? Why am I here? And therefore, starting point is only who am I? So I hope you all will try, and you all will come back to me with more and more, more. Suppose you're talking to 15 people. When you get stuck, come back and ask the question, where you got stuck, what was the problem, so we can discuss it. Okay.
Yes, sir, but I have my own questions. Yeah, that is later on.
So your question you want to ask now or after the round is over?
So after the call, if there is time.
Yeah, then you be ready with your question. Dr. Krishan, Raji and Rajendra. Then Krishna can come back. Dr. Krishan.
Sir, yesterday's question raised because I gone through a scientist named Robert Adams. He met with Ramana Maharishi and Neem Karoli Baba. He is a scientist of American, and he says जैसे जैसे उम्र बढ़ती है आपका तजुर्बा बढ़ेगा, सांसें घटेगी, ठीक है। और उन्होंने एक फार्मूला दिया था, जैसे नथिंगनेस का फार्मूला दिया था। जैसे वी आर मेडिटेशन, जब इनहेल करते हैं तो आई बोलो, अब एक्सहेल करते तो एम बोलो, और जब आप 20 मिनट 30 मिनट्स के बाद में देखोगे तो ना तो आपके अंदर आई रहेगा ना एम रहेगा, नथिंगनेस रहेगी, शून्य रहेगा, विच इज रियल यू। जो रेस्ट ऑफ थिंग्स है दैट इज माइंड is playing with you in many forms. He disturb you.
But what happened after you finish your meditation?
Then only consciousness is there.
No, then you come back to the dunya. The moment you finish meditation, then सब बड़ा ये problem, वो problem, बच्चा रो रहा है, खाना चाहिए, पैसा चाहिए, ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए, अटक जाते हैं।
But nothingness is disturb me. वो मानता हूं मैं खाना चाहिए, भूख लगी खाना चाहिए, बट अगर मुझे खाना नहीं मिला तो मैं डिस्टर्ब नहीं हुआ, मैंने किसी को शाउटिंग नहीं किया, मेरा काम नहीं हुआ, मैं वो शून्यता वो दे रही है।
So if we can through meditation, if we can evolve to that state of samadhi, very good. But generally it is not only through meditation. Meditation can only help you reach consciousness. Consciousness needs contemplation. Contemplation gets to anubhuti. It is a step-by-step evolution. Krishan, only meditation se kaam nahi chalega.
I accept. Secondly, when we are discussing with the peoples, who am I? Firstly, we have to know that they are just a kindergarten student.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
अगर हम उनको साइंस की लैंग्वेज में समझाएंगे तो उनको समझ में नहीं आएगा। अगर मैं पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन की बात करूंगा तो उनको समझ में नहीं आएगा। उनको रियलाइज कराओ, यू हैव टू बी अपग्रेडेड। इफ यू हैव एप्पल 14, यू हैव टू अपग्रेडेड इन एप्पल 15. So that's the method to tell them that you have sufficient knowledge, but you have to upgrade yourself only.
So what you heard in this call today is not so complicated. कि मैं कौन हूँ, मेरा जन्मदिन कब है, कि मैं बॉडी हूँ, ये बॉडी तो मर जाएगा।
I got, मैं ना बॉडी हूँ ना मन हूँ, वो सब कुछ वो है। मैं तो कॉन्शियसनेस हूँ। जितना मैं अंदर डीपली इनसाइड जाऊंगा मुझे उतने उजाले मिलेंगे, जो बाहर के अंधेरे उन्हें वो कर रखे हैं।
So this journey we have to help people to start only with this. उसके बाद it's a journey of self discovery. उन्हें खुद अपने आप को महसूस करना है। आप उनको सिर्फ एक जर्नी शुरू करना है। आपको स्पिरिचुअलिटी जर्नी you help them to start. Are you clear, Krishan?
Yes, clear, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Raji and Rajendra, then Krishna. Raji, Rajendra, Krishna.
Shivaham, Guruji.
Yes, Raji.
Yes. Today only I got to know yesterday that first I have to ask who you are, who am I. So if we have a spiritual discussion with one, I have to ask this. But for one or two people, when they told that I am having this problem, that problem, I was able to tell them that you don't tell you the your problem is with your body. So you just leave it. So those things I was able to discuss with them. But exactly I did not tell them that you just go into it and ask who am I. So now I will have a discussion. I will tell them you do who am I. But I have told them very clearly that if somebody is hurting you, you tell that they are not by name. She told her name is Meera. So I told they are hurting Meera. You are not Meera. In that way I told. They are not hurting you. They are hurting your body. that way. But I did not tell them to go inside and say, who am I? That I did not tell.
Yeah.
But
So
this I told, this body is suffering and you don't have mind. All these things I could explain. Now
So
I will.
Raji,
Yes.
what you've done is very good. But when you explain all those things, though, Raji, that
Yes.
does not get knitted to the source.
Correct.
It is not. It is so now when you start with who am I,
Correct.
then
Correct.
whatever you have explained will make sense.
Correct. Yes.
So
yes,
you try change your style by just ask. We
Correct.
all, you, me, everybody should help people start with this one question: who am I?
Yes. Yes, Guruji. Very good. I got this.
Yeah.
I will go with it. Yes,
And remember
thank you.
what I told Sanjay Ben. Who am I?
Yes.
Am I this
Yes.
body?
No,
Am I
I'm
this
not
body?
the body.
No, this body
No.
will die. This
Correct.
body was not there. First, I came, I was born 9 months before, then the body came. I cannot be the body. The body will die. People will say I passed away. Who am I? Am I the mind? Where is the mind? I cannot find.
That is-
Am I the ego? The ego says
Yes.
I. It's a lie. There is no ego. But I am. Who am I? I am the soul, SOUL,
Yes.
spark of unique life.
Yes.
So when you become an expert in this matter, then you will help people to go forward.
Okay. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Raji. We have Rajendra and Krishna. We'll close with Rajendra and Krishna unless Dr. Krishna has got liberty to close the call. Rajendra and Krishna.
Shivam sir,
Sir.
I have started to reveal what I have been learning, reveal by and by what I have been learning from this call. जैसे जब कोई दोस्त वगैरह कोई फोन पे बोलता है या ऐसे ही बोलता है कि मैं बड़ा दुखी हूँ, बड़ा परेशान हूँ, तो मैं बोलता हूँ कि दुखी कौन है बेसिकली, दुखी कौन है, दुखी तो मन है ना, तो बेसिकली तुम मन तो हो नहीं, then who are you basically? So with that conversation I start and I take him to the basic fundamental thing, who are you or who am I? Then I take him ultimately, if I'm able to, if I feel that he is understanding, then I continue the conversation to the point of I take him to the soul consciousness, whatever I have learned here. I am trying to give maximum of it. First, I have been able to convince my people around me, my family people, they are all with this. Even my little daughter says, ये karma hai, ये sab karma hai. My son's daughter says, ये karma hai. She's just 7 years old. So I am able to just convince people about all this thing what I am learning. So we are on this path, but we should be on this. First, we have to just it's quite ethics mein karna. I mean, basically, one day I was telling you knowing and being. First, we have to imbibe, as one of the sisters was telling, we have to imbibe. We have to first ethically follow. हमें ethics पे इस पे जान देना है अपने बारे में भी. So जितना जितना हो सकता है उतना उतना ये खुद फैल जाएगा और we will be able to teach people like that and people will come to us again क्योंकि बहुत लोग बोलते हैं कि they feel that this man is doing something different from us, so they talk about their problems and that and I am trying to them to take to that standard of this call.
So very good. So Rajendra, what you're doing is very good, but today what you have learned is one very small point.
Yes.
Don't forget to come to the main point. Who am I?
Yes.
ये मत भूलो. जो भी आप लोगों से बात करते हैं, very good. लेकिन if you want, then let me tell you once. I have told you this. Maybe I have not told you once. One man was hungry. तो किसने क्या बोला? आपको भूख है? उसने मछली पकड़ के दिया, खाया. फिर नेक्स्ट डे बोला, I am hungry. आपको भूख है? मछली पकड़ के दिया. So they say, don't give somebody a fish. Teach them fishing.
Fishing क्या है? Yes.
खुद अपना fish पकड़ने को सिखाओ. So you must make people go on this तलाश कि मैं कौन हूँ? मैं कौन हूँ? Who am I? Ramana Maharishi, his whole entire Ramana Maharishi का teachings एक ही word है, मतलब 2 word. Nan Yar. Nan Yar means who am I? Ramana Maharishi ka complete teaching, Nan Yar. So today I'm telling you all, this will help you. Not only it will help others in starting the spiritual journey. Every time you talk to somebody, you will evolve, you will grow, you will climb. Thank you. We will close with Krishna. Thank you, Rajendra. You have some other questions today, Krishna?
I can ask tomorrow because I want an elaborate answer.
Oh, we have got 3-4 minutes. Quickly ask. Tomorrow's beginner session. Ask, please ask.
Yeah, because yesterday you told me in the flight you contemplate on, it's yesterday's continuation. Is it okay?
Yeah.
You asked me to contemplate on, mind to consciousness And while doing that, and when you contemplate, मुझे ना एक image मेरे अंदर आता है. I don't know. I can't tell you whether it's a, please don't, maybe it's a mind of consciousness. I don't know. But मुझे हमेशा this image bothers me in the sense that we have started this path, sir. मतलब we have moved ahead from the start point. Anyway, we have moved ahead, and I have complete faith in this path. But when I look ahead, maybe the guru is standing there with a torch leading me ahead, but I don't have the strength to proceed further. And when I look behind, that is also a good path, but I don't want to go back. The पीछे path is not tempting. आगे path के वो proceed करने के लिए मेरे पास शक्ति नहीं है. Though it is tempting, it is very challenging. So I am stuck. Now मुझे
Because you are in that situation, because you have not answered the question, who am I?
yes.
Because the moment you realize you are the Atma and Krishna, you don't have to do anything. You have to surrender. You are seeking, you are saying, I don't have the strength to go because my guru is standing there. Because
No,
you are thinking,
you are telling me, for example, when you say Krishna, Krishna, Krishna is not, I understood, but the other Krishna I am failing to understand.
Yeah, that's why your mind, that's the mind. That is but the
What do
truth
we
of
do
it.
about it?
Just a moment. So I'm asking you now, are you this Krishna or are you that Krishna? What do you tell me? Tell me from your consciousness now, because it is called, you are in consciousness, you are not in mind. So tell me, are you this Krishna, which was given a name Krishna, which will die, which is created 9 months in your mother's womb, or are you that Krishna, the Atma, which is giving you life inside?
It's Atma which is giving me life inside. But why don't I realize, why don't I feel that? Like the tadak you have, the yearning you have,
Because the mind is holding you, the mind is making you blind, and you don't even realize it. When I told you to be in consciousness, that's when this is the whole idea. We need to be in yoga. This is the whole idea, to still the mind. This is the whole idea of living in the present moment, what we are learning every day on this call. So, and also trusting the Guru's word. I was looking at a letter I wrote to Dadaji in 1993. 1993-03-1323. One of the first letters I've written to him is 1992-93, 31 years back. Of course, he now moved out in 2018, but he was with me for 25, 26 years. But there's no lack of trust. When I had a problem with the Guru, I used to argue with him. I used to fight with him and say no, but there was no lack of trust. The moment there is trust, you know what is the meaning of trust? Have I taught you the meaning of trust? TRUST?
total reliance, unconditional surrender to the divine.
So when you have that trust, you let go. After all, क्या है? After all, कुछ भी नहीं है. After all, ये लीला है. After all, तो माया है. After all, कुछ भी नहीं है. क्या strength चाहिए? कुछ strength की जरूरत ही नहीं. The energy is all around. The energy is inside me. The energy is over me. The energy is around me. See, the moment we are caught by the mind, then there's fear, worry, stress, anxiety, regret, shame, guilt, anger, hate, revenge, jealousy. It goes on and on. But without the mind and the ego, there's nothing. There's Satchitanand. And we have to be in that state, Krishna. Whenever the mind is, the moment you know that you're not in the right frame, don't wait to ask me. The moment you are not in the right frame, you are in the mind. The moment you are in the right frame, you are in consciousness. The moment you're happy, you're in consciousness. The moment you're feeling weak or unhappy or less energetic, it's mind. You don't need to ask. I'm just giving you the formula. And immediately flip over. Immediately move. Say, I don't want, Mr. Mind, lock it, block it. Lock it and block it with the consciousness, with intellect. And that will take you ahead. So good. That was a good, if you please think about it. And tomorrow is beginner session, but after first 5-10 minutes, you can ask any question. But thank you, Dr. Krishan, for helping us today. We have all learned. Dr. Krishan is the guru of today's call, because he made us talk about what should be the word we should talk to people. Huh? And like Premchandji always says, who am I? Premchandji says every day, I am SIP. 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 So like this, make people understand, who am I? and try to have this conversation as much as you can, and you will find your life transforming. With those simple words, with folded hands, I bow down to you.